Yo, minna. This is your host, Sakame Matayokasa. We are back with another episode of Assassin's Creed, but today we're going to be playing Assassin's Creed Unity. However, um, unlike the previous games, this is your host, Sakame Matayokasa. Unlike the previous games where I can do all the setting changes, the gameplay tests, all of that prior to stream. I can't do that with this one. So I'm gonna have to I'm gonna have to test it. I'm gonna have to test it live because the game just throws you in, gets the gameplay going, and you can't even make adjustments. So I'll be I'll be making adjustments while live. It's not gonna be perfect, but it is what it is. Let me see. Adjustments while live. It's not gonna be perfect, but it is what it is. Adjustments while live. It's not gonna be perfect, but it is what it is.
The past is not lost. The past lives inside us. Encoded in the double helix are the experiences of our ancestors. After 3 decades of research, our engineers have forged the cutting edge of biotechnological interfaces. We have unlocked the lives of our forebears. We have opened a window into the past. This is Total Immersion Entertainment. With the press of a button, you will experience the most pivotal moments in history. All from the comfort of home. Welcome to Helix, where the past is your playground.
So real quick, I just want to. I just want to say this. So Abstergo has. So from what it looks like, or from what I'm understanding, Abstergo has taken being able to delve into memories by expanding the helix, so that you know like so that people can now do the work for them in finding the pieces of Eden, um, Isu landmarks, and just um, evolving their way of controlling people to expand their influence. They, they've taken it to the next level. The fact that they're not keeping a secret anymore before, because I remember in previous games they even had an employee contract talking about how the employee cannot discuss the inner workings of the the contents of the job, but now they're open about it, but covering it with entertainment now. They Edward was the first test, and now that it succeeded, they've expanded it, which is crazy. That's how That's how I'm understanding everything as of right now. All right, so I'm going to be doing adjustments live because I can't do it. I can't do it. Yeah, I can't do it off stream. So, Fear and Loathing in Florence. Look at here. Look at how they've they have. Look at how they've vamped up each of the assassins, or how they've what's the word I'm looking for? They spiced it up to where it's entertainment, retelling the experience of the assassins' lives by making it entertainment. So now people can choose whichever memory they can dive into, and they can they can explore multiple memories. Like, that's insane. Look, they've done it for Connor. I don't know what time period this assassin was, but like, I'll keep on saying it till I'm blue in the face. But Aveline's demise is so sad. The Emperor's Shadow, the Chinese assassin, and then you have Hatham, Triumph of the Borgias, the Tragedy of Jacques de Molay.
Last of the heroic Knights Templar, Jacques de Molay was a man of principle, a towering intellect, betrayed by those he trusted. In this episode of Fallen Heroes, experience Jacques de Molay's final tragic hours through the eyes of one of his closest friends and advisors.
This is so twisted. This is so twisted. So once again, it's gonna be rough because I'm gonna be testing gameplay, tweaking it as the stream goes on. So I might be pausing the stream. I might end the stream. Well, not end the stream, but briefly stop OBS from streaming to YouTube. So until I get the smooth gameplay that I want. So I'll just be I'll be roughly testing things out.
You're not welcome here.
I must speak with the Grand Master.
He's in session. They all are. Another day, perhaps.
King Philip disagrees.
Damn you, man. Why you're not rotting in a cell at this moment, I cannot fathom.
Okay, I'm seeing stutters for real. Yeah, I'm seeing stutters for real.
We are betrayed. Draw your swords, men. Defend the temple. Not you, brother. I have a different task for you. Come with me.
So I'm gonna read this real quick. Jacques de Molay was born between 1245 and 1250. Now that's a long labor. He was born, no doubt, in Molay, Haute Saône. I could be pronouncing this wrong. He was received into the Order of the Templars at the Bone House in 1265. After the fall of Acre, a general chapter meeting of the order met in Cyprus in September 1291. So this was at least 100 and something years after Altair. This was definitely 100 something years after Altair. He was elected Grand Master on April 20th, 1292, and led the Templar to the height of power. Under his influence, the course of European history would change for the better. This is from the Templars' perspective. In 1307, Philip IV of France and Pope Clement V concocted a scheme to destroy the Templar Order. I believe King Philip and Clement were backed up by the assassins. Possibly. Maybe. Or not. King Philip, deep in debt to the order, drummed up largely unsubstantiated charges of heresy and blasphemy against de Molay and his followers. On October 13th, coordinated raids ended with the arrest of nearly every Templar in France. On May 2nd, 1312, the Pope officially dissolved the order and gifted all of its assets to the Knights Hospitallers. In March of 1314, Jacques de Molay was burned at the stake. With him died one of the great civilizing forces of Western Europe. In 2001, researchers at the Vatican Secret Archives uncovered a document written in 1308 by Pope Clement, which absolved Jacques de Molay of all charges. Huh? Absolved as in letting him loose, retracting, right? How the parchment was lost remains a mystery, though I think we can agree it didn't lose itself.
Philip's moving faster than we expected.
Okay, at this time, I may possibly, well, just so that it's a smooth gaming experience and viewing experience. So I'll be, like I said before, I'll be tweaking and adjusting all throughout the stream until the gameplay is sufficient, because I can't make the tweaks off stream, because the game like it just throws me into the game, so I couldn't do this off stream, so I'm gonna be doing it here.
Oh,
Assassins.
Can I go to the main menu? Actually,
assassins.
let me.
I thought the Mongol Khans broke their power decades ago.
The assassins are far older than us here, my friend. They're enough.
Wait, does that mean I have to redo the... Do I have to redo... Oh, I gotta redo everything again. Crap. Okay, that's fine.
Delusions of virulent as the plague, less easily eradicated.
Okay, let me see if I can... Ah, this sucks. The fact that... Oh my god, this is gonna be rough. No, this sucks. Yeah, this is gonna suck. Oh my god. I'm gonna keep sound off because I need to know how loud this is. Turn this on. What options? Player shown. Tutorials shown. Weapon indicator. Updates shown. Weapon indicator shown. Puppeteering. I don't know what that is. Background icon shown. Off. Loaded. Environmental quality medium. Shadow low. Texture quality high. Anti-aliasing. Bloom. Okay, so actually this might be Unity. However, just to reiterate, actually, hold on. Okay, Pimmy. So I booted up Unity, and just as a baseline, I thought the settings reset when we disconnected the cloud save, so that we can restart it and do a brand new local save. So the settings seems to be intact. The graphics quality right now is at medium, and I'm a reiterate the current settings just so we know where we're at. Yeah, because the game is stuttering, so. Gotta see how my computer handle it. So everything from last night's settings for the basic graphical settings are still intact. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh crap. Okay, so these were the settings that we had it on from the last time, documented, but the game is somehow still stuttering. I'm using my chat GPT to help me in the best setting, which and ChatGPT is what I've used for a lot of my streams in terms of settings and like structure and all of that. But my computer is is the one that can't um is the one that's fallen behind because it's like really old, but it's been problematic from the first day I bought it, and I've been dealing with it for 6 years. And you need to still turn the live stream load. That means the reductions made last night. So that's actually a problem. Do not lower texture quality yet. NVIDIA's own Unity guide treated high textures as suitable for cards with approximately. NVIDIA's own Unity guide treated high textures as suitable for cards with approximately 3 gigs of RAM, while your RTX 2060 has 5.81. FXAA is already the least demanding anti-aliasing option shown here, and low shadows have already removed another expensive setting. Unity can also remain demanding because much of its city simulation and rendering load is built into the engine rather than controlled by these few menu options. Before changing anything else, open OBS, view stats. While the study is actively happening, we need these exact readings. Okay. FPS, average time to render frame, frames missed due to rendering lag, skipped frames due to encoding lag, dropped frames due to network. That separates two different problems. If OBS remains at 30 FPS with 0.0% rendering lag, 0.0% encoding lag, and 0.0% network drops, the streaming pipeline is stable, and Unity itself is producing the uneven frames. If those OBS percentages rises while Unity is running, then Unity and OBS are competing for local resources. After that reading, the first control setting test should be vsynced off. Same location, same remaining settings, and nothing else changes. Currently running 60 Hz with vsynced on, so this test will show whether the visible hitch is partly a frame pacing problem. If turning vsync off does not change it, restore it, and the next proper test would be a per game 30 FPS cap through NVIDIA controlled panel, which NVIDIA officially supports through its max frame rate settings. That would match the 30 frames OBS output and reduce the amount of work Unity attempts to produce. Okay, let's see. Okay. Alright, so actually I should have paused it first.
King Philip's moving faster than we expected.
Okay. Stats. Woo! Already. Ooh, it's already. Already.
Other hands at work here.
The Pope?
The assassins.
Assassins? I thought the Mongol Khans broke their power decades ago.
The assassins are far older than Massacre, my friend. Their anarchic delusions are virulent as the plague, less easily eradicated. We will not prevail this night, but if you make haste, we may yet save our order.
What must I do?
Go to the tower. Take the sword and the book. Hide them. They must not fall into the assassin's hands.
Grandmaster,
Go!
I will.
Persecution of the Templars under Philip the Fair. When Philip IV of France, known as Philip the Fair, came to the throne in October 1285, he was determined to reorganize the kingdom's finances. The crown of France was in substantial debt. The crown of France was in substantial debt to the Order of the Knights Templar, which had become an order of rich bankers. In order to seize its fortunes and destroy its political importance, Philip the Fair decreed the order dissolved. I'm pretty sure that the crown may have asked the Templar for money for its endeavors, but I'm pretty sure in exchange the Templar wanted the crown to do their bidding. He promptly arrested all the Templars in France and urged other European sovereigns to follow suit. Arrested in Paris, 138 Templars faced the accusations of Guillaume Humbert de Paris, head of the Inquisition in France. Among other blasphemies, the Templars were accused of worshipping an odd idol, Baphomet. Legend has it. Legend has it that at his execution, Jacques de Molay placed a deadly curse on his accusers, Pope Clement, Chevalier Guillaume de Nogaret, King Philip. I summon you to the tribunal of heaven before the year is out. Curse you, curse you, curse you, curse you, all until the 13th generation of your progeny. I'm totally using that next time I'm thrown out of the local pub. Curse you all until the 13th generation of your progeny. Esque de Floirac. I'm butchering it, I know. A co-prior of the convent of Montfaucon. Esque had been imprisoned at the same time as a renegade Templar. Esque and this unnamed Templar confided in each other, whereupon the Templar allegedly revealed a great many vices and misdeeds within the order. Upon the strength of this evidence, the Order of the Poor Knights of the Temple of Solomon, the Knights Templars were rounded up and destroyed.
Hold the bridge! Hold! Have to take a different way.
Okay, let me take a picture of that. Woo! Alright, here are the numbers while I ran a few minutes of gameplay. And this is when I even pressed pause on the menu. Not to mention that the FPS is dropping below 30 frames to 22.16, I think. 22.16, yeah, around that much. When it comes to cinematic music, Ubisoft is up there, like very, very up there with their cinematic, like, music. They are definitely up there. I'm telling you, live streaming is not it is not simple, especially it's not easy, especially with the so many technical issues behind. When the day comes that I do edited gameplay, yeah, these parts will be cut out completely. Like right now, I'm starting from the streams. I'm starting from the very beginning, the stream that I did for the very first time on the not very first time on the channel, but basically Like when I decided I'm streaming on YouTube, it was Assassin's Creed 2. So I'm gonna go in order in the games that have been put up. Yeah. So we probably may. We probably may want to try turning VSync off after that. Probably capping it to 30 FPS in Nvidia could potentially help it. Yeah, my network is completely stable. Baby, the screenshot reads 25.16 FPS, not 22.16. The rest of the numbers confirm that Unity is overloading the local rendering pipeline while OBS is live. Average render time 33.3 ms. Rendering lag 1130 slash 81,456 frames. 1.4%. Encoding 1,127 out of 77,579 frames. 1.5. Network drops 0. Bitrate 2,931. At 30 FPS, OBS only has about 33.3 ms to render each frame. Your render time is sitting directly on that limit, so any additional load pushes OBS below 30 FPS. The network is completely stable. This is local system pressure from Unity and OBS competing for resources. You can test VSync off next, but only as a control test. Change nothing else. Return to the same gameplay area for a few minutes and check the same numbers again. Since disabling VSync can also allow you to render more frames and increase GPU usage. Watch the FPS and render time closely. If the OBS FPS falls further or the render and encoding percentage rise, turn physics back on immediately. You misunderstood what I said. When I said it went down to 22.16, that was outside the screenshot that I captured, because I can't wait for it constantly for it to hit the red for me to see the numbers. So yeah, 22.16 was the lowest that it went. What you saw in the screenshot was 25.16, which was what I captured at that moment, but outside that moment it drops lower. Okay. Let me try turning VSync off and see. And I might have to restart it and see. These are the type of tests that be happening. I think probably capping it to 30 frames might help it. Maybe. Who knows? Okay, let me reset it real quick. So. Did it freeze? No. Let me restart. Actually. Woo! It's worse. I need these tests to see. Yeah, like you said, taking it off VSynced worsens it. So sounds like the next plausible step would be to turn it back on and most likely cap the frames through NVIDIA control panel. Okay, so that's the furthest it goes. Okay, so it went to its lowest. Physical calculator made the local lead. Whereas Screenshot's performance fell as low as approximately 21.56 FPS, then 13.55 FPS, while average render time rose to 45.9 ms, then 73.7 ms. Rendering and encoding lag also climbed to roughly 6.4% to 6.5, while network drop stayed at 0. That is still game OBS pressure, not the connection. Next, this should be turn off, back on Unity, back on Unity, close Unity, open NVIDIA controlled. NVIDIA control panel. Go to manage 3D. Settings, program setting, select or add 3D Unity to executable. Set max frames to 30. Leave NVIDIA's vertical, what is it? Vertical sync. Use the 3D application setting. Control V sync. Click apply. Reopen Unity and repeat the same gameplay section. Okay. Let's see how it fares. Is it still stuttering? Yeah, it's still stuttering.
Who goes there?
A friend of the temple.
Fluarak. The Council's message was absolute. You're not welcome here.
I must speak with the Grand Master.
He's in session. They all are. Another day, perhaps.
King Philip disagrees.
Damn you, man. Why you're not rotting in a cell at this moment, I cannot fathom.
So, even in the cutscene, there is stutters, and as you can see, the FPS and the average time to render frame drop.
We are betrayed. Draw your swords, men. Defend the temple. Not you, brother. I have a different task for you. Come with me.
King Philip's moving faster than we expected.
Another hand is at work here.
The Pope?
The assassins.
Assassins? I thought the Mongol Khans broke their power decades ago.
The assassins are far older than Nasir, my friend. Their anarchic delusions are virulent as the plague, less easily eradicated.
Yeah, the stuttering is
But if you make
worse.
haste, we may yet save our order.
What must I do?
Go to the tower. Take the sword and the book. Hide them. They must not fall into the assassin's hands.
Grandmaster, I know.
Yeah, it's the stutter rather increased. This is, yes baby, this is a severe local rendering drop, even during the cutscene. The screenshots FPS 4.50, average engine time frame 210.9 ms, frames missed due to rendering lag 522, skip frames 522, network drop 0, bitrate 939. The FPS dropped while the rendering time rose sharply. 210 ms per frame. OBS cannot remain near 3. Yes, the cutscene confirms the issue is not limited cross combat or active mode. Unity is overwhelming the local rendering pipeline while OBS is running. The connection is still clean. Next control test should be one change only. Change Unity's resolution from 1920 to 1080 to 1280 by 720. Okay. Alright. Going to try it again, but this time drop the resolution. I fear this game could be unplayable. $720. Let's see. Let's see if the stutter is still.
Hold the bridge! Hold! Dad! I have to take a different way.
Actually, let me see from the cutscene. Don't tell me that did it.
Who goes there?
A friend of the temple.
Fluaurak. The Council's message was absolute. You're not welcome here.
I must speak with the Grand Master.
He's in session. They all are. Another day, perhaps.
King Philip disagrees.
Damn you, man. Why you're not rotting in a cell at this moment, I cannot fathom.
We are betrayed. Draw your swords, men. Defend the temple. Not you, brother. I have a different task for you. Come with me.
King Philip's moving faster than we expected.
Another hand is at work here.
The Pope?
The assassins.
Assassins? I thought the Mongol Khans broke their power decades
So it seems
Assassins are far older than us.
like changing the
As virulent as the plague. Less easily around.
it seems like changing the resolution to 1280 by 1720 somehow it reduced the stuttering, because watching through the cutscene there wasn't any stutter that I've seen so far.
Who goes there?
A friend of the temple.
Fluaurak. The Council's message was absolute. You're not welcome here.
I must speak with the Grand Master.
He's in session. They all are. Another day, perhaps.
King Philip disagrees.
Damn you, man.
Flower hack.
Why you're not rotting in a cell at this moment, I cannot fathom.
We are betrayed. Draw your swords, men. Defend the temple. Not you, brother. I have a different task for you. Come with me.
King Philip.
Okay. Yes, baby. Changing Unity from 1920 by 1080 to 12 by 720 produced a major improvement. He said 1280 by 1720. But the working resolution is 1280 by 720. The sequence in your screenshots show the system recovering and then holding much closer to the 30 FPS target. Your monument 21.29 FPS, 37.4 ms render time, 114 out of 1680. Display rendering and encoding lag, and 30%. 30 FPS, 20.4 ms, 123 out of 2600, 3.4%. Later, 28 FPS, 26.8 ms, 52 out of 4250, 3.1. Latest, 30 FPS, 26.0 ms, 240, 3 out of 5240, 2.6%. Those percentages are cumulative from the beginning of the stream. Just that, while the total frames count continue rising, this frame percentage fell from 6.8 to 2.6. Only 29 additional frames were missed, while OBS processed another 3,560 frames. It's roughly 0.81% later stretch. That is dramatically better than the earlier 1080p result, where it fell to 4.50 FPS with a 210.9 ms render time. So the resolution was the real source of the overload. At 720p, the customer remained visually smooth to you. OBS repeatedly returned to 30 FPS, and the network still showed 0 drop frames. Next real confirmation is ordinary gameplay, movement, combat, exterior areas, and eventually test crowds. Every setting and changing, continue testing. Okay. Alright, so it seems like the setting has stabilized, so now the real test is going to be like straight gameplay and letting the story actually like actually progress. So I'm about to do that now. Okay. After multiple tests, this might be it. Well, we're gonna have. I can't jump into conclusions just yet.
Who goes there?
A friend of the temple.
Fluaurak. The council's
mine.
message was absolute. You're not welcome here.
I must speak with the Grand Master.
He's in session. They all are. Another day, perhaps.
King Philip disagrees.
Okay, I still see the stutters. But they're minimal.
Why you're not rotting our cell at this moment, I cannot fathom.
Okay. So I do see the stutters, but they're minimal.
We are betrayed. Try a swordsman.
Look.
Defend the temple.
Visible at minimal.
Not you, brother. I have a different task for you. Come with me.
Alright, let me get through this one and see.
Another hand is at work.
There is an improvement, but it's still.
Assassins. I thought the Mongol Khans broke their power decades ago.
The assassins are far older than Masyaf, my friend. Their anarchic delusions are virulent as the plague, less easily eradicated. We will not not prevail this night, but if you make haste, we may yet save our order.
What must I do?
Go to the tower. Take the sword and the book. Hide them. They must not fall into the assassin's hands.
Grandmaster,
Go!
Hold the bridge! Hold! Gag! I have to take a different way.
Okay, it's still stuttering. No, I was not supposed to do that. Yeah, the stutters are still. The Isu Tech. Yo, that is Isu Tech. You know what? You know what I like though. I like how the assassin's robe resembles Altair's robe. Seven years later.
Pope Clement, hear me? Before this year is out, you will answer for your crimes before God Almighty. And you, King Philip, no punishment is too heinous for the great evil you have inflicted upon the temple. I curse you! Curse you to the 13th generation of your blood! You shall be cursed!
Consumed in flames of hunger and wrath, thus came the age of true wisdom to a blistering close. The Knights Templar, once the proud shepherds of order, peace, and illumination, were no more.
Yeah, let's get a sniffer running. If Abstergo pings us, pull me out. Okay. I have a visual. Hey there. This is probably disorienting, so I'll be brief. I'm Bishop, not my real name, obviously, but that's as much as you'll get today. Please listen carefully. Abstergo is using you, hijacking your neurons to help them sift through genetic memory data. These guys have their fingers in countless corporations, governments, media outlets, and NGOs. But now, they want control over history itself. If that doesn't frame you, it should. But we're here to stop them, and I need your help. Deacon, preload gene sequence AD16, B13, I87.
Yep, spooling it up.
Last week, we gained access to a bank of unsequenced memories in Abstergo's Helix servers. For now, we'd like you to experience a small sample. This should help you understand our struggle. And after that, you can decide for yourself what comes next. We'll be waiting.
I thought I heard Sean. Versailles. This should take place right after Rogue.
Arno,
When Shay killed him.
Can't I go with you, Father?
courage, my boy. You wait just here. I will return when this hand reaches the top.
That's forever.
Not as long as all that. And when I get back, we'll see the fireworks. And Arno, no exploring, hmm?
Yes, Father.
Okay. Yes, baby. The 1280 by 720 changed, improved the load, but it did not stabilize Unity. The three captures show 35.16 FPS, 5.1%, 27.10 FPS, 28.3 ms, 2.7%, 28.13 FPS, 28.9 ms, 2.3%. The percentage declined because the total frame count increased. The missed frame counts themselves continue rising from 40 to 232 to 232, matching what you physically saw throughout the malaise ending in young Arno's introduction. OBS only has 33.33 ms to produce each frame at 30 frames per second. Sitting around 28 to 29 ms leaves roughly 45 ms of headroom. So any heavier moments pushes the screen below 30 FPS. The rendering lag and encoding lag counts are also effectively identical, which means the encoder is skipping frames because OBS is already falling behind during rendering. This is still local performance load, not the fiber connection, since network drops at 0%. The next control test should be environment quality medium to low. Keep these changes unchanged. Resolution 1280 by 720. G-Sync on. Texture quality high. Shadow quality low. SSO, SSAO, Helix, FXAA, bloom on. Then continue through active moments for several minutes to see whether OBS holds 30 frames PS, whether rendering time drops farther below 25 ms, and whether the missed frame stops climbing rapidly. Okay. The fact that it doesn't even give me the option to go to the menu is what is crazy to me. Alright, let's see how this fares so far. Huh? Which is so weird. Why would it go into... Use the map to plan your travel and...
Come on.
Use the map to plan your travel and to locate points of interest. Okay. Girl, stop rushing me. Yeah, the stutter is crazy. I could tell the music is gonna be really good. The melody is reminiscent of AC2 when Ezio was in Venice. He gives that vibe. So it does these momentary like stutters, like it stops and then does this like jump, and then it kind of does that continually, and when it does that, it flares like Arno's cape or his blouse that he's wearing, the hem of it flares it. This baby, the stop jump clothing flare matches OBS numbers are showing. The first capture, OBS was holding 30 frames. Then during the heavy moments it dropped to 22.50. 30 frames, OBS is about 33.33 ms to finish each frame. The second screenshot crossed that limit at 4.6 ms, so the freeze and sudden jump are physically stats. Arno's clothes flaring is like cloth simulation advancing after the stalled frames rather. Arno's clothing flaring is likely the claw simulation advancing abruptly after the stalled frames, with them moving through every intermediate frame normally. It's still not network related. Network drops remain at 0, and the rendering lag, coding lag counts are matching, which means the encoder is receiving already late frame from OBS. Before lowering more game settings, the cleanest solution test is keep 1280 by 720 VSync on in the current 30 frames target. Temporarily hide the camera source for about 30-60 seconds, not merely the background filter, so the room never appears. Alright, I'm gonna turn off my camera real quick and see what happens. Yeah, it doesn't stop it.
You're gonna get such a thrashing.
Quickly, quickly.
The assassins have made contact. Synchronize yourself with the memories of Arno Dorian and figure out what they want from you.
Bet you can't steal one.
She's trying to turn me into an assassin. How do I steal it?
Thief! Put that back!
Break your pursuer's line of sight to create a last known position.
You know what the penalty is for stealing. Put that away now!
When your pursuer loses sight of you, they investigate your last known position.
What the hell's going on?
Use your last known position to attract guards away from the door.
Have I seen you before, you bastard?
Hurry, through here.
Girl, who are you?
Did you see their faces when we stole those apples?
I'm Arno.
Elise.
I'm here with my father.
So am I. He has important business with the king.
What should we do now?
Listen. Don't worry, they'll never think to look for us in here.
It was my fault. I'm the one who took the apple.
Let's see where they're going.
For a girl that young, she's very cunning. Or more like, I think shrewd is the word. So the stuttering still occurs. The same jump, stall. Yeah, it happens. Even with the camera off. the environment, the environment, the environment quality is already at low from the um last time we set it from medium to low, so it's already at low, and this is how it's behaving.
They're getting away.
Whew, this test has been interesting. Like I would have been doing all this off stream, but because of the way the game is designed, so I can only do this while the game is on and live.
judged nations by the character of their
Elise.
criminals.
Father?
We should all be called
Come
barbarians.
here, girls. Now.
Father?
Come away, boy.
That's traumatic.
Arno. Look at me.
Damn, that has to be so traumatic for him. Like I can't imagine that.
Can't win fairly at cards, so you stoop to thieving, you bastard!
Calm down, Victor. I've only come for my watch.
It's my watch. I want it fairly.
Well, in a just world, Victor, I would agree with you, but this is not a just world. This is France.
You're a dead man.
Oh, step lightly there. You'll hurt yourself. I just had a nice chat with your brother.
Hugo, fetch the marshals.
Hold on a minute. Diable.
I've got it, Victor.
I say.
Sorry.
Get tackled, pass surrender.
Pardon, madam.
You're dead.
Gentlemen, please, we can come to an understanding. Please, excuse him, he's not housebroken.
Big-headed blacksmith like you probably can't even read or watch.
Come over here and say that.
No.
Escape the area and become anonymous.
Keeping up? Shall I pull a break?
Arno Victor Dorian. Alright, so this is how it looks, but there's definitely still stutters, but the screenshot didn't capture where the FPS would drop into the yellow, but other than that, this is how it's looking. So a small margin of improvement, but there's still that stutter after the texture quality was reduced. Arno Victor Dorian, born to Charles and Marie Dorian in 1768. Arno appears to have spent most of his early childhood traveling around Europe and North Africa with his father. His mother having left after what was prescribed as a philosophical difference. Philosophical difference here can be taken to mean found out her husband killed people for political reasons. For political reasons, I imagine she was very keen to consciously uncouple from that guy as quickly as possible. Arno drops out of the historical record until the mid 1780s, where his name comes up in several dispatches from the Marshalsea in and around Versailles. Fragmented records identify him as a prisoner in the Bastille in 1789, but he was not among the prisoners liberated when the fortress was stormed. The only other direct reference to an Arno Dorian are in the journals of Napoleon in entries dated August 1792, October 1795, and May 1808. I'm still working to dig up more details on Arno's relationship to Napoleon. Suffice to say that they had an interesting friendship in the way that philosophical difference can be interesting. I'll be right back. I need to go to the restroom. Alright, I am back. Where you at, fam? Restroom break. Alright, next. Next. Next is SSO. Ambient occlusion off. Let's try to inclusion off. Alright. And then retry again. Been trying to make this thing work for like however long. Okay, let's see if ambient inclusion taken off. Viewpoint. Viewpoint.
What the Christ, loony? Alright, this is how it looks still.
New fast travel location look spectacular. Shops. Chests. Key progress tracker. Okay, this is still unstable and the numbers come from where you're seeing. Turning SSA off did not remove the stall and jump behavior. The identical 5.2 rendering and coding losses point to the local GPU render pipeline running out of room. This is not the internet. 30 FPS. Each frame has roughly 33.3. This is averaging 30.8, so it has almost enough room. Any heavier movement, rooftop view, crowd, the physics are like pushes over the frame deadline. Have already reduced Unity's major setting and now the next control change should be inside OBS. Okay. Alright, I'll be right back. Gotta make some changes in OBS, so yeah. In order for this stream to Oh, snap.
Ma mère disait toujours que si tu ne sers à rien, tu deviens une gêne.
Yikes. These are the results.
And where in God's name have you been?
Ha! Got you now, you little shit!
Just a little misunderstanding. Nothing to...
Your master's harboring a common criminal. In broad daylight, he broke into my home and stole my watch.
Did he indeed? Well, I'm sure the Marshalsea would be more than willing to sort this out.
Sort what out, Olivier?
A most serious accusation against your ward, sir.
He robbed me.
Of what, precisely? Wait for me in my library.
Don't give me that look. Victor cheats when he plays Pharaoh. Everyone knows it.
Arno? Who are you talking to?
No one, monsieur.
You'll be happy to learn I persuaded Olivier to leave off calling the Marshalsea. Again.
Je vous remercie, monsieur.
What is this? The 6th time? The 7th? Perhaps a new hobby might be better for your health.
Well, I find playing cards affords many opportunities for fresh air and exercise.
We'll talk about this later. I have business in town and must collect Elise before I can attend to it.
Elise is here.
Only for the night. She returns to Paris first thing tomorrow.
She'll need an escort, won't she, with you so preoccupied?
One of you running amok is quite enough. Remain here and see if Olivier has any chores for you.
Sure he does.
What was that?
Give my regards to Elise.
So from the persistent tests, trying to get this game to play, it's not I can't seem to get it stabilized. And I'm tired. It's been a long day. And so I'm gonna pause it here. Even despite that, I wanted to advance the story, and because of the way the game is designed, like this is the only way in testing it and trying to get it to, you know, progress. So I'll continue this tomorrow, but for now I'm gonna stop it right here. For any of y'all that stayed, thank you, and I'll catch you in the next stream. This is your host, Tokyo Made, and I'm out.